Hello again guys, and today I'm going to give you a tutorial for the long distance spinner. That's what that looks like, and the long distance spinner is the ability to just fire cards out of the deck and catch them every single time. You can fire them around your back, catch them in your mouth, but I'm sitting down right now and it's just by far easiest to just catch it in your hand. And you can also just fire cards at people if you want. I'll try and hit the camera. Yes! Twice in a row. Got to get this in. Yeah, so long distance spinner is just the ability to fire a card. I actually missed that one, but fire a card out of the deck and catch it almost every single time. It is a really nice looking flourish because it also causes the card to spin quite really fast in midair. And it is actually fairly easy to learn. And if you just give your wrist a flick, I'm not going to catch this one, but it will actually go really high and it's hitting the ceiling there, so yeah, here's the tutorial for that, guys. Right, so I've decided to go for a behind the scenes view for the most part of this tutorial, and the very first thing you're going to want to do when you're practicing this is get rid of about half the deck, and don't use that till you're comfortable doing it. So you'll have half a deck in your hand. First thing you want to do is just bend it slightly, so the whole thing's bending forward slightly. This makes it far easier to do. Now you want to hold it in what I think is called a biddle grip, I'm not quite sure, but you put your middle finger on the top right hand corner and your thumb either right on the bottom right hand corner or just to the left of it, doesn't matter too much, so put it on there, just whatever's comfortable for you, and you need to just be able to comfortably hold the deck in that hand. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is, well, the whole thing actually, it looks like this. I'll try and do it in slow motion, it doesn't really work. That's what the actual move looks like. So what you're doing, you're taking your forefinger and you pull down on the top card so it bends. So that's the first part of it. Then once you get to here, about here, you want to kind of do a flicking motion downwards and slightly right. So this is to get the card. Then when you do that, the cards will just spring out of the deck. So every single time you do this, it's always the top card that's springing out of the deck. So it's a very nice card production. So let's say you had the spectator's card and you've controlled it to the top of the deck, and you want to have it come out of you want to magically make it appear. You'll just fire it, catch it in the other hand, and say, "Is that your card?" And to them, it just looks like it's either flown out of the deck or even appeared from nowhere. So it's actually a relatively easy move to learn. It's just kind of a knack, so you just get the knack for it. So you hold it in your biddle grip, I think it's called. Smart people in the comments correct me if I'm wrong with that. And then you just bend the deck forward slightly. And don't worry, you're not actually going to bend your cards doing this, because you can always just bend them back once you're done. So then you just pull down on the top card. So you want to put your forefinger roughly halfway between the middle and the right hand corner. So you come down, you pull down on the card, your finger slides across. When it lets go, the card will fire out of the deck. I'll go back to a normal view to teach you the angles that you need to learn to get it to catch it in your hand. Right, so now for the catching part of the tutorial. So you've got to make sure first of all that you're comfortable with firing the cards, so you can just fire them out of the deck at will. Just like that, whatever you want to do. Oh, that's never happened before, that's awesome. Yeah, okay, that was kind of creepy, but... Okay, so for the angles you're going to want, if you're right-handed like I am, you want to fire it from your right hand and catch it in your left hand. So you're going to want to take the deck, put it in your biddle grip, and then, face it directly towards you to start with, then tilt it forwards very slightly, and then to the right slightly. So if I just come around here, actually that's not going to work. Okay, so just have it facing you directly, tilt it forward slightly, tilt it to the right slightly. This is where you want it to be able to catch it in your left hand. So here we go. And then you just have to watch it with your eyes plainly. Look where it travels, and then you can just catch it. And then that angle may not be perfect for you because you may flick it a slightly different way. But as a general rule, so forwards and to the right slightly, we'll get it to fire more straight up. And also, the more you tilt, if you tilt it a lot to the right, when you fire it, it will just fire actually to the right. So that's all about there. I reckon we'll fire straight up, slightly to the right. There we go. So you just fiddle with the angle, and if you keep it straight up there, the card will fire backwards towards you, and it is still possible to catch. But it's just more comfortable if you lean it forward slightly, because then it's at the same sort of plane as this card. I'll try and get a side-on one. Here we go. There you see. You want to try and get it kind of in the same plane as your card. So, I hope you guys enjoy that move, because that's one of my favourite moves to perform. I mean, you can just go up to people and just randomly fire cards at them for no clear reason. I mean, it's not very nice to do that. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's quite funny. So, you guys, make sure you have fun with that move. And I'll see you next time.